How do delivery robots know exactly where they are? If your phone's GPS can be wrong by several feet, how can a delivery robot travel down a sidewalk that's only a few feet wide without getting lost? The obvious answer is GPS. But if that were true, delivery robots would probably be wandering into bushes, bike lanes, and even the street. The reason is that GPS is designed to tell you roughly where you are, not exactly where you are. In cities, satellite signals often bounce off buildings before reaching the robot. Those reflections can shift its reported position by several feet. That's accurate enough for car driving directions, but not for a robot navigating a crowded sidewalk. So if GPS isn't good enough, what does the robot do instead? It starts by keeping track of every movement it makes. Each time its wheels rotate, sensors measure exactly how far the robot has traveled and how much it has turned. By continuously adding together thousands of tiny movements, it can estimate its current position. This technique is called wheel odometry. At first, that sounds almost perfect. But imagine walking across a parking lot while taking exactly the same size step every time. If just one step is slightly shorter than you expected, you probably won't notice. After hundreds of steps, however, you could end up several feet away from where you thought you would be. The robot has the same problem. A wheel might slip on wet pavement, bounce over a crack, or lose a little traction on loose gravel. Each mistake is tiny, but they slowly accumulate until the robot no longer knows its exact location. So how does it fix those errors? It constantly checks the world around it. Many delivery robots use cameras to recognize permanent landmarks, such as crosswalk markings, lampposts, building corners, and signs. As the robot moves, it compares what its cameras are seeing with detailed maps that were created long before the delivery ever began. When enough landmarks line up, the robot can correct the small errors that built up from wheel odometry. But cameras aren't perfect either. Bright sunlight can wash out important details. Darkness makes landmarks harder to recognize. Heavy rain can reduce visibility. So the robot asks another sensor for a second opinion. Many delivery robots also use LIDAR. Instead of taking pictures, LIDAR sends out thousands of invisible laser pulses every second. By measuring how long each pulse takes to return, it creates an incredibly detailed three-dimensional map of everything nearby. Walls, curbs, trees, parked bicycles, and buildings all become precise measurements rather than just images. Now, the robot has several different answers to the same question. GPS gives a rough location. The wheels estimate how it has moved. The cameras recognize familiar landmarks. LIDAR measures the exact shape of the surrounding world. But what happens when those answers don't agree? This is where the real engineering begins. Instead of trusting any one sensor, the robot compares them all at the same time. If GPS suddenly jumps a few feet but the wheels, cameras, and LIDAR all agree with one another, the robot recognizes that GPS is probably wrong. If the cameras can't see clearly because of heavy rain, the other sensors take on a larger role instead. Engineers call this sensor fusion. Rather than asking, "What does my GPS say?" the robot asks a much smarter question. Based on everything I can measure right now, where am I most likely to be? It solves that problem over and over, many times every second. By the time the robot reaches its destination, the robot has combined thousands of satellite measurements, wheel movements, camera observations, laser scans, and map comparisons to keep itself precisely on course. So, although it may look like it's simply following a GPS signal, it's actually making a continuous stream of probability-based decisions that allow it to know, with remarkable accuracy, exactly where it is. If you like learning how everyday things really work, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.